Good evening. I'm Cole Hartman, and our sports ticker is brought to you by the 1890 Initiative. Earlier today, former Nebraska quarterback Casey Thompson entered the transfer portal after spending a lone season with the FAU Owls. Thompson's playing time was short-lived with FAU as he suffered a torn ACL injury after just 3 games. Now, Casey looks to find a home for his 7th and final season of college football. It is not expected that Nebraska gets involved with his transfer portal destination. Also of note in the transfer portal world, former Nebraska outside hitter Caroline Jurevicius entered the portal on Monday and quickly found a home today with Penn State. Jurevicius, the daughter of former Nittany Lion wide receiver Joe Jurevicius, will head to Happy Valley with a full 4 years of eligibility after redshirting her lone season with the Cornhuskers. Turning towards Big Ten men's and women's hoops this evening. On the men's side, several non-con games are live now. Number 1, Purdue leads Jacksonville 37-24. Ohio State is ahead of New Orleans 31-17, and Michigan State is way out in front of Stony Brook 33-7 towards the end of the first half. And on the women's side, number 4, Iowa is battling with Loyola Chicago as they lead 51-46 in the fourth quarter. And finally, it's Thursday night football for Prime Video. The Saints visit LA to take on the Rams. Kickoff is set for 7:15 Central. Our sports ticker is sponsored by the 1890 Initiative. Do you want to support Husker student athletes through name, image, and likeness? If so, visit 1890nebraska.com. Hour 1 of Sports Nightly is coming up next on the Huskers Radio Network.
Coming to you live from Memorial Stadium, it's Sports Nightly. All the Huskers, all the time. Sports Nightly is presented to you by the NDOT Highway Safety Office, who remind you to buckle up and put the phone down.
Lawrence on the other end lays it up. Shot blocked by Williams. Into the hands of Lawrence. The baseball pass and the jab. The jamola by Gary on the other end.
She will reset with 12 on the shot clock. Once the screen gets her from Markowski to the right elbow, back out top. Markowski will shoot a 3. You betcha! Ties the game. A 3-pointer by Markowski off the assist from Hayden.
Lawrence with the ball. Cross court, midcourt to Tominaga. Shoots up a 30-footer. Got it! Bang! Bang! A ring! Tominaga with a 3.
Goes off the bounce, goes behind your back, works foul line, Potts for 3, top of the key. You betcha! Natalie Potts, the Big Ten Freshman of the Week with a triple.
Huskers ball, high right side. Mass shoots up another 3. Got it! He's 3 for 3. Rink Mast.
Here are your hosts, Greg Sharpe and Jessica Coody on the Huskers Radio Network.
Thank you. Welcome back to a Sports Nightly. Man, a lot has happened since we were together 2 nights ago. Actually, obviously, National Signing Day was yesterday. Nebraska added 39 new members to their football team. Obviously, a handful of those are walk-on or preferred walk-ons into the program. And we're going to talk a lot about that tonight. Damon Benning is going to join me here in a couple of minutes to give me his thoughts, particularly on the Omaha young men who have entered the Nebraska program. It was a good year for Nebraska football. I mean, the Huskers get 7 signees from the state, so it was a good year for state football. So always love to see that happening. So looking forward to having DB with us here in just a little bit. Jessica had a long, long day yesterday. She has a well-deserved night off. She is going to join us a little bit later on for the picks. We are going to do our round 1 of our bowl picks tonight. We'll have round 2 next Wednesday night. So we're going to break it up into 2 weeks. So many games to get through. So we'll do a handful of them tonight and then a handful again next Wednesday for bowl picks. But yesterday was exciting, right? I mean, and we talked about on Tuesday night show, you don't want any surprises. Well, there weren't surprises. There were some really good things that happened. And I think that's with a couple of the young men from the state of Florida that we weren't sure about whether they would be Huskers. They made visits last week. In fact, Nebraska had 5 individuals that did campus visits last weekend. We got 4 of them. It's a really good hit rate. I mean, if any of you have done any kind of sales work, 4 out of 5, let's say you have 5 prospects and you get 4 or 5, whew, you'll take that every single time. So it was a really good run from some guys from the state of Miami. Vincent Schaefer's a linebacker from Miami Central, a late addition to this class. Larry Tarver. Shavers at one point had been a Miami commitment. Tarver had been a Maryland commit, and he is from Miami Norland High School. So those two both became Cornhuskers. And Amari Sanders from Gulliver Prep in Miami also signed with the Cornhuskers yesterday. So the Huskers get 3 pickups from the Miami area to come be Cornhuskers moving forward. Evan Cooper is from that area, and Nebraska has a former high school coach from the Miami area as a member of the staff. He's an analyst or something. He's got some role on the football staff here in Nebraska. So he's been helpful in finding some talent down in that area. And there's a load of it. I mean, there's a lot of just great athletes in that part of the country. And so Nebraska picked that off. In fact, we're going to play back a conversation that I had on our live stream yesterday with Matt Rhule. We'll play that back in hour number 2. And I said, you're recruiting Florida. And he says, well, no. He says, let's be specific here. We're not really recruiting all of Florida. We're recruiting certain pockets where we have some knowledge, some ins, that type of thing, and that's where Miami comes into it. But I got to believe Husker fans pretty happy with the day. Nebraska's class is going to be right around number 20, probably low 20s. Very solid class for Husker football. And obviously the gem is Dylan Raiola, who was one of the 5 that was here last weekend. To get a 5-star quarterback and to get 2 Elite 11 quarterbacks, with Daniel Kalen being the other one, I just don't know how you cannot be overly pleased with this staff. I mean, we finished the year, 4 weeks ago, whatever it was, and we knew we needed to get better at the quarterback position. And so you go add those 2 into it, and then it flipped, right? I mean, it flipped a little bit. Matt Rhule has his press conference middle of the day, mentions that he's really excited about having Chubba and Heinrich go to battle with these 2 incoming freshmen in Dylan and Daniel. And then a few hours later, Chubba goes into the transfer portal. And I don't know if signing day had anything to do with that, or if Chubba had been maybe Chubba was shopping around the last couple of weeks and finally got a positive vibe from somebody. There's a little bit of chatter that he may be going to Boise State. And I get it. I kind of wish Chubba had stayed. I would have felt kind of a security blanket around me if we had Chubba and Heinrich, 2 guys that have started, a dozen games between them as Nebraska quarterbacks, to kind of be there in case one or both of these freshmen don't just light it up early on. But I get it from Chubba's standpoint. I think he's a football guy. He flips on the tape. He sees what these incoming freshmen can do and how they throw the football around. So I think he sees that, and I think he wants to go somewhere where maybe it's a clearer path for him to be the starting quarterback. So I wish him well. I was a fan of Chubba. I liked what he did. I was wishing he had gotten a few more cracks at it this year, but he wasn't quite healthy when Jeff Sims got hurt in the Colorado game, so Heinrich was the guy up, and Heinrich went on a run, right? I mean, we won some games with Heinrich as a starter, and then Heinrich's play kind of leveled off a little bit, and so then he gets nicked up a little bit. Chubba gets his chance, and I thought Chubba played well, but let me throw the caveat in here as well. We didn't win games with Chubba as a starting quarterback, so neither last year nor this year. So, I hope he's not bitter about it. He did have a chance to make some starts as a Husker, and we didn't win the games, and that's kind of the bottom line of this whole thing. So I wish him nothing but the best. Hope he does wonderful things, Boise State or wherever he ends up going. But, so hopefully hopefully he does a nice job with that. But, yesterday, pretty good day. I mean, you look at the state breakdown of this thing, mentioned the 7 scholarship players from the state of Nebraska. Then you go to Florida and Texas, both with 5 each. 2 out of Colorado, like both of them, Landon Davidson, the offensive lineman from Broomfield, and then Rex Guthrie, who is from Littleton. Like both those kids a lot. I think they're going to be nice players to this. 2 from Iowa, 2 from Maryland, and then you kind of go ones across the rest of the board. It's, again, a class that kind of spans from Hawaii to South Florida, so it's a lot of air miles traveled by this staff to go put this thing together. And, again, 39 new bodies into this program. They're not all scholarship guys, but 39 new bodies into the program. And, just a handful of guys that aren't here from last year's team. So there's still a numbers crunch. I don't want people to get all tied up in knots about the numbers. It will work. Trust me. It's going to work itself out. And we've even seen it. Coach Rhule announced yesterday that Eric Fields is no longer part of the team. That's disappointing. I thought he's the linebacker from Oklahoma that signed last December. I thought he had a real chance. He's not here. That happens. That does. And so that announcement came yesterday. The Chubb announcement came yesterday afternoon. So there's two guys that we didn't know about 48 hours ago that aren't part of the roster. It will work itself out. It just will. And you got spring ball. That usually will thin some more guys out because there's another portal opening that goes up until the end of, or to May 1st, basically. So there'll be some more guys that jump into the portal if they come through spring practice and go, I don't like where I sit on the depth chart. I need to go somewhere else. So, again, it will work itself out as we move forward. I don't think the staff's done adding bodies. You still have a second recruiting period in February. Not that I think there'll be a big movement that day, but the portal's still open. The portal is open until mid-January. There'll be more guys enter the portal after their bowl games. I've always said, why wouldn't you go to the bowl game, get the bowl swag, play, compete, whatever for the team you're with, then get in the portal if you're not happy with your standing at that particular school, or maybe you've had a coaching change, you're still in a postseason game, you want to go finish it out with that team, and then get in the portal and see what happens. Nebraska, according to On3, has set up a visit in early January with Oregon running back Dante Dowdle, and I think that's great. This class did not have a scholarship running back added to it. I think that'd be good. I think we need to go get a back out of the portal to add a little bit of depth in that thing, because we don't know Gabe Irvin's recovery time. I mean, that was a pretty bad injury Gabe had. Ramir is fighting to get another year of eligibility. All signs say that should work, should be pretty good. But Ramir's had injury issues, right, as well. I mean, his career has been riddled with injuries. So I think you need a bevy of backs, and right now I don't know that we're stocked well enough there with the backfield. So Dowdle is expected to be here the first week of January for a visit. So there'll be some more moving parts to this roster as we make our way through. Also, you heard Cole in the ticker say Caroline Juravicius. Boy, that didn't take long, did it? She goes in the portal Monday night. She has already agreed and moved on to Penn State, which, honestly, I kind of thought that's where maybe she was going to be initially. Her dad was a terrific football player at Penn State. Because she redshirted this year, she still has 4 full years of eligibility left, and you wish her nothing but the best as she goes to Penn State. So it only took her a couple of days to get into the portal, find a landing spot, and a really good one. Penn State's obviously a terrific volleyball program, and we wish her nothing but the best as well. All right, full, and I mean full show coming your way tonight. A lot of reaction to yesterday's National Signing Day. DB's going to join me here in just a couple of minutes. We're also going to hear my conversations from yesterday with Tony White, also Matt Rhule. We got bowl picks to make, and it's Thursday. Yeah, it's Thursday. What do you mean you know what that means? That's Cole's joke of the week coming your way tonight. What a way to launch us into a holiday weekend. So a lot of fun things. If you want to be a part of the program, lines, both phone and text, open for you at 402-413-2400. When we come back, Damon Benning, he'll join me next.
Hey, Mom. Yeah, I got in a crash. I'm okay. I was wearing my seatbelt.
People count on you to buckle up. Brought to you by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Nebraska exists to be there with you. They are rooting for the schools and teachers who make our communities great. That's why Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Nebraska is proud to sponsor Touchdowns for Teachers and ask Husker fans to nominate outstanding educators who help Nebraska students reach their potential. If there's a teacher you want to recognize for the impact they've made in your community, find a nomination form at huskers.com/touchdownsforteachers.
Shop smarter online for your next vehicle with Buy Now from Woodhouse. Car buying 100% online from your local trusted auto partner. Easily compare hundreds of hand-picked, safety-inspected cars, trucks, and SUVs' features, capabilities, and payments. Conveniently apply for financing and complete your paperwork for purchase 100% online, anytime from anywhere. Plus, we'll deliver it to your driveway. Woodhouse, delivering a better way to car buy online with Buy Now.
T&L Irrigation Company knows their way around a field and across it, into the corners, and even through storms. T&L engineers are constantly working on solutions producers need, like the new gooseneck cradle corner system attachment. It greatly improves corner span stability to tackle steep terrain and stand up to high winds. If you're looking to upgrade your corner system or add on new, call your T&L Irrigation dealer today or visit TLIRR.com to learn more. T&L, like no other.
Both farmers and Division I athletes are alike in that every year, every season presents a new opportunity. That is nothing new. Aurora Cooperative does what they always do, embrace new opportunities. They focus on their roots and continue to stand strong with their farmer owners. These core beliefs are much like those of committed Husker athletes. Aurora Cooperatives relies on their value of a strong work ethic to get any job done for their producers. When you choose Aurora Cooperative, you're choosing a winning team that's dedicated to the success of our local farmers. Go Big Red and go Aurora Cooperative.
Hit us up on the text line. Text 402-413-2400 with your Husker thoughts.
Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Nebraska exists to be there with you. They are rooting for the schools and teachers who make our communities great. That's why Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Nebraska is proud to sponsor Touchdowns for Teachers and ask Husker fans to nominate outstanding educators who help Nebraska students reach their potential. If there's a teacher you want to recognize for the impact they've made in your community, find a nomination form at huskers.com/touchdowns for teachers.
Dear roads, trails, and rivers, you ready for some SUV action? Toyota SUVs can roll their sleeves up for tight turns and twisty trails, dress up for a night out on the town, or head to the great outdoors. Take your family adventure game to a whole new level with the roomy Highlander. Make a serious splash with the rugged, revved up RAV4. And tow all your toys in the spacious new Sequoia. Don't forget the trail-taming 4Runner and the sleek Venza Hybrid. All Toyota SUVs feature a whole suite of creature comforts to keep you and yours cozy in the cabin. Check out this legendary lineup at Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
See your Omaha Metro and Lincoln Toyota dealers. Corwin Toyota of Bellevue, Village Point Toyota of Omaha, Baxter Toyota of La Vista, or Baxter Toyota of Lincoln.
When you're clocking out and happy hour's already started. But you're clocking out and happy hour's already started. The choice to enjoy is easy. Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Pick up Bud Light at your local convenience store today. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Hey Husker fans, it's Matt Davison with the 1890 Initiative. As we get ready to celebrate 1890's one-year anniversary, I'm proud to say the 1890 Initiative now represents 150 Husker student athletes in 9 sports. And with your help, we can keep 1890 going strong, helping student athletes get the most from their name, image, and likeness, and preparing them for life after college. Visit 1890nebraska.com to learn more about NIL and 1890 and contribute today.
Woodhouse has been delivering you confidence in car buying since 1975, and now we're giving you the convenience of doing it 100% online with Buy Now. Anytime, from anywhere, you can compare hundreds of hand-picked, safety-inspected, pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs that are available to purchase completely online. Shop smarter with personalized, estimated payments on all the inventory. Apply for financing and schedule your driveway delivery all online. Woodhouse, delivering a better way to car buy online with Buy Now.
Welcome back inside our Acres Broadcast Center. Acres is the Midwest premier John Deere dealer. They have solutions for every field. And joined now by the color analyst of the Huskers Radio Network, Damon Benning, here to talk all about this Husker recruiting class that's now in the fold after yesterday's big national signing day. Before we get to the class, I want to talk to Father Benning. Now, wait a minute. That makes you sound like a priest. Let's talk about to Dad Benning. How was that with your son yesterday?
No, it was really exciting. You know, it was kind of a culmination of, a lot of work, and so that part was fun. And I think for him, it was just fun to watch all the last 8 months, 2 years kind of go away in one day. And I think he was pretty appreciative of that. He's like, gosh, as hard and as time consuming as this was, it's pretty cool that you just get one day and it's all over.
Well, we're very proud of him. You should be very proud as well. Cannot wait for him to get to Lincoln and get started on his Husker career after just an amazing high school run there. I do want to get your thoughts about the other young men in this class from Omaha. You've coached against a lot of those kids. You probably Caleb's probably even played some different sports with some of those guys. Let's start with the Bell West trio, Damon. Your thoughts about those three guys?
Yeah, I'll take them separate. I think, Davon Hall is a guy that when he was a freshman, I would have probably called maybe he can't miss, right? He's a big, strong kid. He's fast. He's a long strider. He's really good in traffic. Can high point a ball. He's got good straight line speed, and he's explosive, kind of in and out of his break. So he's one of those guys that primarily work to the single receiver side, to the one receiver side. So they like to isolate him because he's got a good frame, right? And he can win a ton of 50-50 balls. Isaiah McMorris was usually on the other side. They would put him kind of to the 3-by side. Caleb's played a ton of basketball with him and against him. He plays with him in the summer a couple years ago for 2 years and plays against him in high school. So just have known him since he was, third or fourth grade, and very quick. He's twitchy. He's very shifty. He's hard to get hands on. Has really come a long way in terms of his pass catching. He wasn't always a natural pass catcher, but he works at his craft, and he's ultra competitive. So he became what I would probably call their number one target over the last year and a half, just kind of defending them. Really good in small spaces, and he's a killer after the catch. With Kalen, there's not a throw on the field he can't make. He's a big, strong arm kid. He didn't grow really until this last offseason, so his body now kind of fits his mechanics. He throws a ball just about how you teach it. He had really good command of that offense, and he had good poise in the pocket. They used him to kind of run the ball a little bit later on in his career, so he has some escapability to him, and he's a good athlete too. He was their punter, and so that's a good trio with that bunch right there.
With Daniel, Dylan has sucked a lot of the oxygen out of the room, and rightfully so. Dylan's prep curve is just absolutely amazing. How difficult do you think the last week's been on Daniel, and what kind of a competitor is he, DB? Do you think he'll fight for the job when he gets here?
Yeah, I'm impressed with his composure. Can you imagine being 18 years old and you're getting ready you're the early enrollee and you've peer recruited about as hard as anybody for Nebraska, and you've been an ambassador, and then, the last week happens, and it's like Coach Rhule said, you can't ever apologize for going to get good players. But I do like the fact that Nebraska, as soon as they caught wind that it was a potential, that they did reach out to DK. So I think he'll compete. He's done it his whole high school career. He played competing for the jobs since he got to Bellevue West. He's only been a 2-year starter, so it's never been easy for him. So I think he'll be okay there. I don't think he minds the competition, and if it's open and he's got a chance to go get it, I don't think he'll be gun shy at all. But I'm probably the most proud of the fact that he hung in there emotionally, because I'm not sure I could do that as a 30-year-old, let alone as an 18-year-old.
Yeah, no doubt. What can you tell us about Donovan Jones?
So I think he's kind of the sleeper of the bunch. I've known him. They were my neighbors forever in that Saddlebrook neighborhood. And I'm going to tell you, what kind of warms my heart about him, G Sharpe, is he has worked his tail off. When he was younger and we were competing against each other, there was always somebody else. There was this kid or that kid, or he wasn't this or he wasn't that. And I'm telling you, he does not need a babysitter. His mom is tough. His dad is in education, and he's an athletic director in a public school setting. And so he's very, very competitive. And he just basically went to work. and he kept growing and kept maturing. He's a little bit of a late, he's a lot like Caleb, he's a little bit of a late bloomer in terms of his physicality. And I think he's pretty gifted. He's tough. He's got a nose for the football. As my younger son would like to say, I like DJ because he plays a lot like Caleb. So they're a lot alike, and they get along really well too. He's one of the better kept secrets in this class.
Nice. The other one from Omaha is Ashton Murphy, Elkhorn South kid, and I know Pot Roast is excited about getting his big body down here. What do you think of him?
So not a fake tough guy. Right? Like, he's a guy that's going to go to work, and he's very competitive. He's got a fantastic frame. He's really long. He's angular. He's lean. He could play a couple of different positions. He could play, in a 5 technique where he's outside of that tackle, and he's kind of that thick body. He could grow and play inside and play in like a 3 on the outside shoulder of the guard. So he reminds me a little bit of Blaze Gunnerson at the end of his development. Not the Blaze Gunnerson that got from Carroll, Iowa, that got to Lincoln, but because Murphy hasn't stood up a ton like Blaze did. But I really like Ashton Murphy's toughness, and I like his frame. You can do a lot with it.
Very good. Damon Benning with us here on Sports Nightly. All right, I've gotten 6-7 minutes in this. We got to talk about your impression of Dylan Rhule. You know Dom, his dad, really well. This is a huge get for this program. It's got national headlines. It's got Nebraska in the spotlight. I'm sure you've broken his tape down a little bit. Give me your impressions of him.
I like him a ton. And it's weird. I don't know if I've ever met such a high-profile recruit whose personality doesn't match the portfolio. He's very grounded. He's down to earth. Doesn't say a ton. It's a very strict and disciplined household. So, social media and all those kinds of things, it's just not his thing. So I just find it interesting that it's grown into like this media frenzy over the last handful of years. And I get it, right? He's moved, he's been high profile, and I just really like the fact that he is highly, highly skilled. He can make all the throws. He's got a good, strong frame. And here's the cool thing, G Sharpe, because I know you're going to like this just because it's basically how you babysit the team, right? Like, so our crew kind of has its guy, right? It's point man. And he kind of oversees this deal as for the greater good of a broadcast. That's a lot like Rhule. He's unassuming. He doesn't command attention. It's kind of given to him. But what he likes is being part of the team. And so I think at the end of the day, I really think that drew him to Nebraska. So as much as we want to point him out as singular and kind of be the guy and the savior, that's not really his personality. He likes to, he's OOU. He's one of he's very, very other centered. And I think it's going to really fit him well. And we'll see if he can handle what comes with the spotlight. I think he knows what's coming, but he would enjoy a lot of help because I think that's what he appreciates the most. I think he's going to be a really good teammate.
DB, yesterday at Coach's press conference, at that point, still had Chubb on the roster.
Yeah.
What is his move into the portal? Do they go find a veteran guy, just have one more veteran? What do you think they do in the next couple months with that?
Yeah, it's dicey, isn't it? You need linchpin is probably too strong of a word, but I think you need somebody that can stabilize you in the meantime while you're waiting for development. And maybe Dylan or Danny or somebody hits the ground running. Maybe Harburg has an unbelievable offseason, but I think you need a bridge, mature guy to kind of simmer down the room. I still don't know what's going to happen with any changes potentially in the staff or what's going to happen with a potential quarterback coach. I thought it was interesting. Coach Rhule yesterday didn't rule it out, but he also didn't say that it was going to happen either. So that lets me know that I think anything's on the table. So I think that room needs a calm, steady hand to kind of guide the young bucks because there's a lot of young talent in that room.
All right, no running backs. in this class. Concerned at all on that? And I mean, they almost need a body or two, don't they, in there?
I am. I'm a little concerned, and we'll see what happens with Dowdle, who's going to take a visit coming over from Oregon, and I know they're getting ready for their bowl game, but I still wouldn't mind another body. You know how that – oh, shoot, I know how that position goes. You can get thin in a hurry. I remember – in 96, we basically had open auditions in the Orange Bowl. I mean, Amon was dinged, I was dinged, D'Angelo wasn't that healthy, Jay Sim. It was like, hey, whoever practices the best is going to start. So I know how you can go from having a luxury of riches in a room to being pretty depleted. And we almost saw it this year, right? Like it got thin in a hurry. So I wouldn't mind seeing 2 more bodies at least enter that room.
Yeah, that is the one position that you look and you're kind of going through the 39 names or whatever it was and go, I don't see really a running back in there. A couple walk-on running backs, and obviously those are some bodies that will get some looks in the spring just out of necessity, because I don't know that Gabe is ready for spring ball. I think, the hope for him is to get him ready for August, right?
Yeah, it is. And I think the wild card is Ramir, because I think he wants to come back. I think he wants to be a part of this team. It's a shoulder injury, so his legs are good. And for as long as he's been there, Greg, he's got a lot of tread left on those tires. He hasn't had a heavy workload, and so he's a little bit of the X factor there.
I agree with you. I remember the end of the season a year ago at Iowa, he got into the game, and you're like, wow, he looks fast. Well, because
he was fresh.
He was fresh, exactly.
Yeah.
All right, just general thoughts about this. A lot of offensive linemen in this class. Obviously, that's a position in need. We were down numbers-wise there. Do you like that batch?
I do. I think quietly they restocked the offensive line. And how about how sneaky they did with rebuilding the defense on the fly late with some of the late additions. So I think that's you can hear my dogs in the background. Hey, that's enough. So – sorry about that. The thing about it is with the O-line and the young guys, depending on what happens with Piper, you have some guys that are kind of ready to assume the position. You got Justin Evans-Jenkins, who has been a spot starter. I think you like his upside. I think they like Sam Sledge. They like Gatula. Remember, he ran with the twos early in fall camp. So – and who knows what happens with Piper or Corcoran, who both have been a little bit banged up. So I feel like their depth was – I thought for as maligned as that offensive line was sometimes, I thought they were better than their critics gave them credit for, because I think they kept Nebraska in a lot of games just by being ready on demand. So I think the development will continue in a positive manner for those guys. But I do like the way that – I mean, they got some good young players in this group. I'm excited.
Sure is. DB, we appreciate it. Thank you so much. Have a Merry Christmas. Hope your shopping's all done.
Yeah, I am. I'm pretty good. I know I don't strike you as organized, but I'm pretty good. I'm in good shape.
Tomorrow's a big day for me. Big day. I got to get it going tomorrow.
I got faith. As buttoned up as you are, you're taking it down to the wire. You're the guy that has like
Tomorrow's
3
only
things,
20
gloves,
seconds.
a couple of hats, coats.
I got 3 days. I'm good.
You're the epitome of prepared.
Thank you, my man. Good to see you.
I appreciate it.
There he is, Damon Benning, with us here to break down that Husker recruiting class announced yesterday. Join us on our Woodhouse Auto Family Hotline. They are your trusted auto partner. 20 brands, 20 convenient sales and service locations. We're making car buying on your terms. Visit us online at woodhouse.com. 402-413-2400. When we come back, I sat down yesterday with Husker defensive coordinator Tony White to get his thoughts about the group of guys that he is getting out of this signing class. We'll have that conversation next.
There's no community like a Cenex community. And that's why every Cenex store is so proud to serve theirs by supporting local athletic teams, promoting the arts, and making sure each store is a place its neighbors can find what they need, catch up with their friends, and stay connected. It's also why we give back, helping to make the wonderful places we call home the best they can be. Your local Cenex doesn't just work in your town, it lives there. The store next door, powered locally at Cenex.
It's time for another round of Nebraska Farm Facts. If there's one thing Nebraska's known for, it's our beef. And Nebraska soybeans feed a lot of them, and even more pigs and chickens. Farmers and ranchers raise livestock and poultry to provide nutritious, affordable protein for all ages to help build muscle and maintain energy for a healthy lifestyle. Keep that in mind as you prepare all that tasty meat on your tailgate grill. This message is brought to you by Nebraska soybean farmers, growing opportunity from the ground up.
At Groundworks, we take great pride in helping our Nebraska neighbors keep their homes healthy. From repairing foundations to waterproofing basements to fixing crawl spaces or lifting concrete driveways. We'd like to think our customers choose us because of our attention to detail or the fact that we're the nation's leading foundation solutions provider. What gives our customers the most comfort is we're right here in Nebraska. Visit groundworks.com for a free estimate. Groundworks. Foundation solutions crafted with pride. The official foundation company of the Huskers.
Other irrigation companies are finally discovering what T&L Irrigation is known for decades. Continuous movement is the best way to irrigate. While they'll have you pay for complicated upgrades to get steady, even water application with their high-voltage electric systems, all T&L Irrigation pivots and linears are propelled safely and smoothly by powerful hydrostatic drive. Continuous movement isn't new. It's the T&L standard. Don't get talked into a reinvented wheel. Pick the proven original. Call your T&L Irrigation dealer today or visit TLIRR.com. T&L, like no other.
Both Farmers and Division I athletes are alike in that every year, every season presents a new opportunity. That is nothing new. Aurora Cooperative does what they always do, embrace new opportunities. They focus on their roots and continue to stand strong with their farmer owners. These core beliefs are much like those of committed Husker athletes. Aurora Cooperatives relies on their value of a strong work ethic to get any job done for their producers. When you choose Aurora Cooperative, you're choosing a winning team that's dedicated to the success of our local farmers. Go Big Red and go Aurora Cooperative.
Hit us up on the text line. Text 402-413-2400 with your Husker thoughts.
Dear roads, trails, and rivers, you ready for some SUV action? Toyota SUVs can roll their sleeves up for tight turns and twisty trails. Dress up for a night out on the town or head to the great outdoors. Take your family adventure game to a whole new level with the roomy Highlander. Make a serious splash with the rugged, revved-up RAV4. And tow all your toys in the spacious new Sequoia. Don't forget the trail-taming 4Runner and the sleek Venza Hybrid. All Toyota SUVs feature a whole suite of creature comforts to keep you and yours cozy in the cabin. Check out this legendary lineup at Toyota.com. Toyota. Let's go places.
See your Omaha Metro and Lincoln Toyota dealers. Corwin Toyota of Bellevue, Village Point Toyota of Omaha, Baxter Toyota of La Vista, or Baxter Toyota of Lincoln.
Noddle Companies is proud to support Husker Athletics. As a leader in commercial real estate, we create thriving communities. Discover what's new in the Builders District in North Downtown, Sunnyside Exarban, and row house townhomes on Leavenworth. Noddle Companies is adding Omaha's first hybrid timber building to the skyline. Soon to follow is Builders Green Park, surrounded by mouth-watering food, exciting retail, and a hub of thriving businesses. Noddle Companies, building a better Nebraska. For more information, check us out on Facebook and Instagram. Go Huskers!
Hey Husker fans, it's Matt Davison with the 1890 Initiative. As we get ready to celebrate 1890's one-year anniversary, I'm proud to say the 1890 Initiative now represents 150 Husker student athletes in 9 sports. And with your help, we can keep 1890 going strong, helping student athletes get the most from their name, image, and likeness, and preparing them for life after college. Visit 1890nebraska.com to learn more about NIL and 1890 and contribute today.
Farming today is a combination of hard work, innovation, and partnerships to help keep us moving forward. Sapp Brothers Petroleum has provided us with fuel, propane, and lubricants on the farm for many years.
For over 52 years, Sapp Brothers has been a reliable partner to thousands of farmers across our great state. We work hard to make sure our customers have the most reliable supply, provided in the safest manner and at the most competitive price. Trust Sapp Brothers Petroleum to protect your equipment and keep your farm fueled. Sapp Brothers is proud to be an official partner of Huskers Athletics and to serve Nebraska farmers and Husker fans across America's heartland.
They say consistency is the key to success. They weren't wrong. So how about grabbing a beer that's consistently smooth, consistently refreshing, and consistently light? You might just find that the road to success can be pretty enjoyable. Michelob Ultra, the perfect balance of taste and refreshment, and only 2.6 carbs and 95 calories. It's only worth it if you enjoy it. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Welcome back inside our Huskers Radio Broadcast Center, sponsored by Acres, the Midwest premier John Deere dealer, supplying the equipment and service to advance agriculture and much more. Acres solutions for every field. Thanks to DB for spending some of his time with us. I'm jealous that he's got his Christmas shopping done. I do not. I'm not that far away, but I got a few things to pick up tomorrow. Jim in Columbus on our text line just would like to congratulate Coach Rhule and his assistant coaches and others who helped him recruit these great players. The only downfall to me would be Purdy deciding to transfer, but they'll get that figured out. Yeah, I think so too. Deanna from Omaha says, how many of the recruits on the current signing period did not sign letters of intent? I don't know. There's some kids out there that did not sign, Deanna, but not a lot. I mean, there's still some that are trying to decide, or, the people will scour back through that. But, I think I just don't know that Nebraska will do much in the February signing period. But I would never say never to that. Crypto says, why was there no coverage of the women's game yesterday? It wasn't on the app. We're pretty sure, Crypto, that it was on the app. It's Matt Coatney, Jeff Griesch on the call of that. Of course, we had Kent here on the network. Jessica called it on BTN Plus, but we're pretty sure the app was working. I mean, I was listening here in Lincoln. I wasn't listening on the app. I was listening to one of our affiliates, but I heard the end of the broadcast with Matt Coatney and Jeff Griesch. Well, yesterday was really busy. We were on the stream for several hours, starting at 7 a.m., going through some things. After we stopped the stream, I had a chance to sit down with Nebraska defensive coordinator Tony White to get his thoughts about this year's class. Delighted to be joined by Husker defensive coordinator Tony White. Nebraska has added a lot of parts in this recruiting class. I'm going to focus on the secondary between the corners and safeties and guys that may end up being linebackers. Hell's like a strength of this class.
Yeah, the one thing we wanted to do was make sure that you always inject some athleticism back there, especially now having a year under our belt and seeing where guys fit, where guys grow into, where guys develop into. So you got a chance to go out there and see these guys run around, see guys their senior year, their most important year of ball, and really excited about the athleticism and the versatility back there.
Not as much up front because you didn't lose much up front. I mean, Ashton Murphy, you do add to this class, but you didn't lose really many bodies.
No, which is a great sign. I mean, you did a great job in the last class of recruiting those bigs, and a lot of them are going to be really, really good football players, and they like the environment, they like where they're at right now. So didn't have to go out and get very many of them. Got a quality guy in Ashton, hometown hero, multi-positional, again, multi-sport young man as well. But really hit home on some of the DBs and being able to put them in the secondary, whether it's corner or safety, or some grow into linebacker.
Coach, we talked about just adding Ashton up front, but there were some defensive linemen we didn't see this year because they were redshirting. Mm-hmm. We saw young ones play, but like a Vincent Carroll Jackson didn't get on the field for you. And I know you guys are excited about some of those guys that redshirted this past year.
100%. I mean, Vincent's a great one. He comes in here and you get a chance to see him move around and everything. We didn't get a chance to get him in the game as much as we like to, but you see the potential there. Somebody like Maverick Noonan, another guy who got hurt last fall, but will be back for this fall, and you see just what he put on tape early on. Sua Lafotu, some of those guys who got in the games limited. I mean, it was a really nice job of the staff identifying guys up front that fit what we do. So,
how did the success that you enjoyed in the fall help you in the recruiting process, that you could show guys this is what we do and this is what kind of defense we're going to be in? With your help, we can maybe even be better?
Yeah, I mean, when we came in and recruited the last class, you're going off of this is what we are going to do, you know what I mean, and hope to do. And now that you put it on tape after a year, you're able to say, hey, this is what we are, this is what we did, and I think that's the most important thing, because these young men want to know. They want to know what they're getting into, number one. And then number two, for us, it gives us a chance to know the guys as well a little bit better. You got a whole year to recruit the young men, so you kind of dive into a little bit more about what they're about, their families, things like that, in terms of how well they're going to develop. So I think this year it was a good efforts by the recruiting department and the staff coming together and getting some really good quality athletes.
Here in Nebraska, because it's a national name, you can go recruit basically coast to coast, and the guys on defense that have signed letters with Nebraska, down in Texas, Nebraska, Colorado, Florida, you're all over the board.
Yeah, you know what? That's a credit to the brand. I mean, that's that's what Nebraska is. You know, you're able to walk into any place and they see the block in and they know right now what this place is about, and the fact that you got a chance to do it and put it on tape. Everybody knows who Coach Rhule is, and they know what Nebraska's about. I think it opens up avenues everywhere.
We've mixed in on our coverage some of the walk-on kids in the program. How important have they been? How important were they this year for you? And going forward, what do you envision for that?
I tell you what, this program is known for that. You know, the walk-on program, getting guys who were maybe overlooked, guys that were late bloomers, and getting them in here, and then giving them a chance to develop, and then, you know, 2, 3, 4 years later, everybody across college football is like, where the hell did this guy come from? You know what I mean? These guys who we were able to bring in this last class, and then this one as well, it's no different. You got some quality young men, some guys from all over the place, but most of them from Nebraska, who know what Nebraska football is about, and we expect those very same things.
You got it out of Reimer, you got it out of Sanford. Those guys were started their careers here as walk-ons. How big was it also for you to get some guys to come back and play for you again? Bullock announces he's coming back. Gifford's coming back. Ty Robinson's coming back. I mean, they're not recruits in this class, but in a way, they're kind of an addition to this group.
Yeah, they're probably the most important ones. You know, they were the ones that went out there and performed with the block in on their helmet, and I think that's just a testament to the overall environment of the program. You know, they love playing for Coach Rhule. They love playing for their position coaches. They love the guys in the locker room. They love playing for the state of Nebraska and all the people who come to support the program. So when they thought about it, it was one of those deals where they were like, hey, I love where I'm at. I want to continue to develop. I want to be part of this thing where we get it turned around. And I tell you, that's a testament to Coach Rhule. That's a testament to the position coaches, everybody in the building, academics, weights, nutrition. I mean, they want to be around here, and it's a cool deal to be a part of.
Finally, Husker Nation breathed a sigh of relief when you decided to stay and be a Cornhusker for another year. Congratulations on the new contract, and we're just thrilled that you're here.
Thank you. I am the lucky one. I'm lucky to be around again. I'm like one of the players. You know, I mean, I am lucky to be representing the block in, be representing the D staff, and lucky to be part of what Trev and Coach Rhule are about.
Congratulations again to you and to the staff. This is a lot of work went into this. These guys are now Cornhuskers.
Yep, they're our guys, so let's go.
Very good. Tony White with us here on our coverage of Husker National Signing Day. Good interview with Tony White. Always fun to catch up with him and get his thoughts about the batch of guys that he now gets to add to his room, and a lot of returners on that side of the football for the Big Red. Folks, contact 811 2 days before you dig to protect your underground utilities and yourself. It's free, it's easy, it's the law. We're back to wrap up Hour 1 next.
Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Nebraska exists to be there with you. They are rooting for the schools and teachers who make our communities great. That's why Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Nebraska is proud to sponsor Touchdowns for Teachers and ask Husker fans to nominate outstanding educators who help Nebraska students reach their potential. If there's a teacher you want to recognize for the impact they've made in your community, find a nomination form at huskers.com/touchdownsforteachers.
When you're clocking out and happy hour's already started. But you're clocking out and happy hour's already started. The choice to enjoy is easy. Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Pick up Bud Light at your local convenience store today. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Love is all around during the 2023 Subaru Share the Love event. By the end of this, our 16th year, Subaru and retailers like us will have donated over $285 million to charities such as the ASPCA, Make-A-Wish, Meals on Wheels America, and the National Park Foundation. Beardmore Subaru is proud to support Sarpy County Housing Authority during the Subaru Share the Love event. Visit Beardmore Subaru in Bellevue or online at beardmoresubaru.com for more details.
Woodhouse Buick GMC is bringing you more this holiday. With every new Buick or GMC purchase from Woodhouse, we're including 3 years of scheduled maintenance. That's 3 years of worry-free oil changes and tire rotations included in your purchase of a new Buick or GMC. And with great year-end finance and lease offers going on, you'll save even more. It's our gift to you this holiday season when you experience the difference and shop with Woodhouse Buick GMC. We are professional grade. Offer expires January 2nd, 2024. See dealer for details.
Hit us up on the text line. Text 402-413-2400 with your Husker thoughts.
They say consistency is the key to success. They weren't wrong. So how about grabbing a beer that's consistently smooth, consistently refreshing, and consistently light? You might just find that the road to success can be pretty enjoyable. Michelob Ultra, the perfect balance of taste and refreshment, and only 2.6 carbs and 95 calories. It's only worth it if you enjoy it. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
It's time to light up the season during the Make the Holidays Bright sales event. Get our best offers and choose from a huge selection of Ford F-150 trucks with the capability, convenience, and technology to help bring us together. Wow. Discover how Ford F-150 can make the holidays bright. Now, get a new 2023 Ford F-150 with 2.9% financing for 72 months. Only at your Midwest Ford dealers.
Woodhouse Auto Family, your trusted auto partner. They've got 20 brands, 20 convenience sales and service locations. We're making car buying on your terms. Visit us online at woodhouse.com. 402-413-2400, the number to be a part of the program tonight. We got a bowl game, folks, in about 5 minutes kicking off. This is a classic, the roofclaim.com Boca Raton Bowl. I mean, who could forget? Let's talk about our top 5 memories of all time of the roofclaim.com Boca Raton Bowl. It's a decent matchup. Syracuse and the Bulls of South Florida kicking off in a little bit. That's one of our games on our pick segment next hour. Jessica's going to phone in and be a part of that pick segment coming up in hour number 2. We're also going to hear my conversation from yesterday with Matt Rhule coming up in the second hour of the program. And it's a joke night. Cole will be along to blow us away again with another joke coming up in hour number 2 tonight here on the program. Hey, this is a cool little note. I saw earlier today that Travis Vokalek his contract been picked up by the Arizona Cardinals. So Travis Vokalek, former Husker, is going to get a chance to be moved up from the practice squad for the Cardinals. So good for Travis. That's fantastic. And Travis's dad was coaching at Northwestern this year on that staff with David Braun. I think he's still with them. I think he got a full-time position. Coach Braun obviously elevated to the full-time spot. Northwestern plays their bowl game in 2 days. They get a good one out in Utah, that Vegas Bowl. That is on our pick sheet for next hour as well. So it's good for Travis. That is fantastic. Glad he was able to get that. Good guy. Glad it's happened. So he gets. Actually, no, it's the Baltimore roster. No, Cardinals. Yeah, the Cardinals have signed him from the Baltimore practice squad. So he's been on the Baltimore practice squad. I just pulled up Ian Rappaport's tweet about that from earlier today. So fantastic. Congrats to Travis Vokalek for that. Oh, really good to hear from DB. Always love his perspective on all things Husker football. And just to congratulate on Caleb signing yesterday. That's a big deal. That's really cool. I'm glad Damon had a chance to be a part of that celebration and the signing ceremony. It only happens once, so that was really cool. Glad that he could spend a few minutes with us here tonight. And always love to hear from Tony White here on the program. So 1 hour down. Oh, boy. 1 hour to go here on a Thursday night. This is our last live show of the week. We're going to be a best of tomorrow night. We're going to power down a little bit here on the network over the next couple days as well. But we're here for another hour. Come on back.
Hit us up on the text line. Text 402-413-2400 with your Husker thoughts.
Move through the world in a legendary SUV from Woodhouse Cadillac. Be iconic and find your next luxury vehicle in store or online anytime at woodhousecadillac.com. Leases starting at $539 a month for 39 months. 10,000 miles per year on the 2024 Cadillac CT5 Luxury. With approved credit, must have current Cadillac financial lease, $3,000 down plus first payment, and $299 doc fee due at signing. Offer expires 1/2/2024. See dealer for details.
At Groundworks, we take great pride in helping our Nebraska neighbors keep their homes healthy. From repairing foundations to waterproofing basements to fixing crawl spaces or lifting concrete driveways. We'd like to think our customers choose us because of our attention to detail or the fact that we're the nation's leading foundation solutions provider. What gives our customers the most comfort is we're right here in Nebraska. Visit groundworks.com for a free estimate. Groundworks. Foundation solutions crafted with pride. The official foundation company of the Huskers.
Farming today is a combination of hard work, innovation, and partnerships to help keep us moving forward. Sapp Brothers Petroleum has provided us with fuel, propane, and lubricants on the farm for many years.
For over 52 years, Sapp Brothers has been a reliable partner to thousands of farmers across our great state. We work hard to make sure our customers have the most reliable supply, provided in the safest manner and at the most competitive price. Trust Sapp Brothers Petroleum to protect your equipment and keep your farm fueled. Sapp Brothers is proud to be an official partner of Huskers Athletics and to serve Nebraska farmers and Husker fans across America's heartland.
It's time to light up the season during the Make the Holidays Bright sales event. Get our best offers and choose from a huge selection of Ford F-150 trucks with the capability, convenience, and technology to help bring us together. Wow. Discover how Ford F-150 can make the holidays bright. Now, get a new 2023 Ford F-150 with 2.9% financing for 72 months. Only at your Midwest Ford dealers.
Good evening. I'm Cole Hartman, and our sports ticker is brought to you by the 1890 Initiative. Earlier today, former Nebraska quarterback Casey Thompson announced his entrance into the transfer portal after spending a lone season with the FAU Owls. Thompson's playing time was short-lived with FAU as he suffered a torn ACL injury early in the 2023 season. Now Casey looks to find a new home for his 7th and final season of college football. It is not expected that Nebraska gets involved with his transfer portal destination. Also of note in the transfer portal world, former Nebraska outside hitter Caroline Jurevicius entered the transfer portal on Monday and quickly found a new home today with Penn State. Jurevicius, the daughter of former Nittany Lion wide receiver Joe Jurevicius, will head to Happy Valley with a full 4 years of eligibility after redshirting her lone season with the Cornhuskers. Turning towards Big Ten men's and women's hoops this evening. On the men's side, several non-con games are live now. Ohio State got past New Orleans with ease, 78-36. Number 1 Purdue is hosting Jacksonville. They lead 71-46 with 10 minutes remaining. Michigan State is way out in front of Stony Brook, 80-35 with 7 minutes to go. And Penn State leads Le Monet 40-28 at the half. On the women's side, number 4 Iowa pulled away from Loyola Chicago earlier tonight, 98-69. Minnesota cruised past Lindenwood 100-45. Illinois topped UTEP 81-71, and Northwestern got the win over Temple 72-68. And finally, Thursday Night Football goes live tonight on Prime Video. The Saints visit LA to take on the Rams. Kickoff is set for 7:15 Central. Our sports ticker is sponsored by the 1890 Initiative. Do you want to support Husker student athletes through name, image, and likeness? If so, visit 1890nebraska.com. Hour 2 of Sports Nightly is coming up next on the Huskers Radio Network.
Coming to you live from Memorial Stadium, it's Sports Nightly. All the Huskers, all the time. Sports Nightly is presented to you by the NDOT Highway Safety Office, who remind you to buckle up and put the phone down.
Lawrence on the other end lays it up. Shot blocked by Williams. Into the hands of Lawrence. The baseball pass and the jam. The jamola by Gary on the other end.
She will reset with 12 on the shot clock. Once the screen gets her from Markowski to the right elbow. Back out top. Markowski will shoot a 3. You betcha! Ties the game. A 3-pointer by Markowski off the assist from Hayden.
Lawrence with the ball. Cross court, midcourt to Tominaga. Shoots up a 30-footer. Got it! Bang! Bang! A ring! Tominaga with a 3.
Goes off the bounce. Goes behind her back. Works foul line. Potts for 3. Top of the key. You betcha! Natalie Potts, the Big Ten Freshman of the Week with a triple.
Huskers ball, high right side. Mast shoots up another 3. Got it! He's 3 for 3. Rink Mast.
Here are your hosts, Greg Sharpe and Jessica Coody on the Huskers Radio Network.
Thanks. Welcome back. Hour number 2 of our Thursday night show. It's our last live show of the week. We're going to be a best of tomorrow night, a best of Tuesday. So our next live show will be Wednesday night. We'll have live shows Wednesday, Thursday. Next week, we have Husker basketball Friday. How about that game last night, right? Down 10 at half, down 14 early second half, and then here came the big Husker run. They end up winning by 8. Didn't have Rink Mast. He had a scope of his knee earlier this week. That's generally about a 2-week recovery period. So they missed him last night, but I thought Josiah played better in the second half. Huskers ended up with 6 guys in double figures, and they get the win. And those are kind of the games you just like win and move on. Don't put a lot of stock into it. Just look that now this team has 10 wins. They're 10-2 on the year before Christmas. Pretty nice start to the season. They'll get a few days off. I think the team, for the most part, scattered after the game last night. They will come back to Lincoln on the 26th and start workouts. They'll play South Carolina State next Friday, 6:30 at PBA. The women, rough trip down to Lawrence, got beat by the Jayhawks. That was their last non-conference game. They'll also come back right after Christmas, and then they're into league play. They get right after New Year's Eve. They play Maryland at Pinnacle Bank Arena. That's their next broadcast. So a little break from hoops for the next week plus. We're not done here tonight. We're going to keep recapping yesterday's National Signing Day. Huskers with 39 additions to the class. 11 or 12 of those are preferred walk-ons. The other ones are scholarship athletes for the Huskers as well. And I sat down during our live stream broadcast yesterday that began at 7 a.m. With the head coach, Matt Rhule. Here again is that conversation. Well, congratulations. This is a culmination of a lot of work from a lot of different people. Your thoughts about this group?
Well, I'm just grateful to all the players who made a decision to come here, their families. You know, we honor that and we take that very seriously. You know, my wife and I, Julie, our son Brian's coming to Nebraska next year as a freshman, and so we understand probably more so now than ever how big of a decision that is. And so when people send their sons, when young men decide to place their future in our hands, man, we take it with honor, and we take that very seriously. So I'm excited. I think it's a great group. I think it's been a lot of work. We're really grateful for our staff. Really grateful for the athletic department. You know, when you can take recruits to a wrestling match, you can take them to a women's basketball game, when you can be talking about our unbelievable Husker volleyball team, and people all across the country are talking about it with you, it just builds excitement about being at Nebraska. So many people have done so much, former players. I mean, I think it's really cool that, you know, 6 former players, sons, coming to play for us. One brother of a current player, one nephew of 2 former players. I mean, just a lot of family ties. So it just shows me that the ties run deep and that this means something.
Let's start close to home. What kind of year was it in the state for kids coming out of high school?
Yeah, I think it was really good for us scholarship-wise. I think second year in a row that we've signed, you know, 8 players in state, and a really strong non-scholarship walk-on group. And a lot of guys will play a lot of football. A lot of guys will earn scholarships. Our summer camps were vital. I think we did a great job on getting the best players in the state to come to camp, and a lot of those guys just want an opportunity, and they're going to get one.
Bell West High School was good to you this year with 3 of them.
Yeah, three players for the first time, I think, in a long time, to have 3 players from one high school. You know, Coach Huffman does an amazing job. Really, the high school football all across the state has impressed me, and to have those 3 guys come here is really a good thing for us. You know, we want to be really strong close to home.
One of those kids from Bell West is Daniel Kalen. You get 2 top-notch quarterbacks in this class. Your thoughts about those 2 guys?
Well, you know, we want to have a really strong quarterback room, and we want to have a quarterback room where we teach the guys, you know, our way of playing football, from preparing and studying to reading defenses. You know, we don't want it to be every year a different guy coming in, and so to have the ability to, you know, train 2 young men from the ground up, 2 excellent players. You know, Daniel's really an unbelievably quick processor, sees the field, gets the ball out of his hand, great feet. I had a chance to go watch Dylan throw the ball. You know, I've been to a lot of pro days in the last couple of years of my time in the NFL. Don't know if I've ever seen anyone throw the ball quite as well as he can do it. So a lot of talent, a lot of work ahead, and I'm excited that those guys wanted to be here.
Dylan is, both of them, Elite 11 quarterbacks, and they're both 6'3". Those are pretty big-sized kids, both of them.
Oh, yeah. I mean, they're both big, powerful men. They're gonna stand strong in the pocket and not get injured, and there's a lot of benefits to having a big quarterback. And you know, I think you look at Dylan's, you know, size. You know, obviously with his father, you know, being a former offensive lineman, he's got a lot of power in his body, and the same is true for Daniel. Got long, great length. You know, 2 really good players.
Speaking of big men, this class is loaded with some guys along the offensive line, and I know you talked all fall about how your numbers were down in that room. You needed to get some numbers up in that offensive line room.
Yeah, you know, you want to be at, you know, 16, you know, nothing but 16, maybe 17 guys, and we've been able to do that. And the great thing about most of the guys that we've had them in camp. We've been able to see them live. They have the skill sets that we're looking for, the attributes that we're looking for, and you know, we're building that line, you know, the hard way. We're doing it with guys we've recruited, guys we're going to develop, and I really like the group. I like seeing them live at camp. I like seeing their movement and their explosiveness, and excited to coach them.
You mentioned camp. That's become pretty apparent. That's really a valuable time for you to get eyes on them, whether it's a camp here or whether it's a camp you go somewhere else and see them there. That's a big part of it, isn't it, to get that evaluation done?
Yeah, I think, you know, when you're talking about evaluation, obviously you want good football players. You want guys who play well on tape, but they have to have certain traits, you know, height, weight, speed, movement, explosiveness, change of direction. And so when you can do it live, it's really beneficial. And there's also something to me about a guy that, you know, maybe has an offer and still wants to come to camp.
Yeah.
He's got a competitive streak. I'm looking for that. Competition is king. And, you know, somewhere along the way, sometimes I think we've kind of gotten rid of that. Everyone's looking for the best situation. Like, go make your situation the best situation and go compete. And when guys come to camp, it shows me that they believe in what they can do and they do want to compete. And so I love it.
I love the creativity that you and your staff did. You took that big semi out, took it over to Grant Brix's high school, and then out to go see Carter Nelson's high school as well. I think it made a pretty big impression on both communities. Well,
you know, Sean Padden, Vince Ginta, Ryan Callahan, Keith Williams, all those guys, they're really, really, really visionary and smart. They have great ideas. Our creative team, Jordan Litton, led by C.J. Campbell, Warren May, those guys do an unbelievable job. And so even the graphics we have out today, you know, video games and famous Husker plays, then still a highlight film. I mean, the amount of work our guys do is really impressive. And so to be able to go out and make an impact in communities and where we want young men to want to stay home, I think that's vital. And I've really grown fond of the town of Ainsworth. I've loved getting to know people out there, getting to know the community out there. The same can be said for going out and seeing Grant and his community, eating at the Twisted Tail, meeting great people. It's been a lot of fun for me. Shout out to my boy Tron. So I just really enjoyed the whole process.
Carter Nelson, let's talk about Ainsworth, Nebraska. I just love these kind of stories. This is a kid that's really talented, isn't he, Coach?
Yeah, I mean, I think he could. I went to his playoff game and I sat there and I'm like, well, he could probably play tailback. He could probably play wideout. He could probably play tight end. He could probably play on the defensive side of the ball. So, you know, you start looking at a guy on offense that you can move around and use as a chess piece. And that's our vision for him. We see him as a positionless player, not necessarily a tight end. Not necessarily, you know, he can play wideout. He can play running back. I think we're going to have a lot of fun with him over the next couple of years.
You like those kind of guys. People that are special to me are the very first ones that commit to a class. Roger Gradney was, I believe, the first one that committed to this class and held it. Didn't even waver off of that, and he can play.
Yeah, Roger's an unbelievable young man from an unbelievable family. I've loved getting to know his family and just, again, a big, powerful, explosive athlete. You know, go to Houston, start heading west, you know, get out into sort of the rice farmland, get out there to Rice Consolidated, and there's this unbelievable athlete, great football player. You know, Coop and Omar and those guys found him early. We committed him, and as you said, been unbelievably loyal to us along the way.
Very good. Another thing that we've kind of noticed, you've really hit South Florida a little bit. I know you got some guys on the staff that have some connections down to that Miami area, but there's some talented athletes down there, aren't there?
Yeah, I think, you know, the thing I love about players from Miami is that, you know, they play the game with a certain joy and passion. Like, they play it like it's recess, like they're just having fun playing ball. And as you said, to have Evan Cooper here, to have Phil Simpson here, they've got such strong ties. And so we're not really doing all of Florida. We're really just kind of doing, like, you know, Dade County, like, you know, just true Miami. Yeah. And it's been really good for us. We found some really great players from there, and able to get a couple guys to change their minds here late and come to us, which is important.
I think we have a graphic of where this class is from across the country, and it just shows, I think it shows the power of the brand still, right? About that Nebraska football still has a name that you can walk in Montana or South Florida or Texas, and people know we're going to talk Cornhusker football right now.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, you think about the impact of Nebraska football in Miami, all of those years of going to the Orange Bowl and, you know, talking to people's uncles and dads and coaches and them knowing what it means to when the Huskers come to town. And so, you know, we've been very strategic. You know, we want to recruit the 500-mile radius. We want to recruit Texas. We've kind of really moved into Florida, and you look at those areas. Those are big football areas, and it should be really a model that we follow moving forward for many years.
Really good stuff there. Now, a handful of these guys will be here in a couple weeks. How beneficial is that to you? And do Do you encourage that, or do you leave it up to each individual?
I think it's up to each individual. You know, if they want to run track, if they want to play on their high school basketball team, if they're not ready for college, then absolutely stay in high school and finish it. I think we'll have like 14, 15, 16 guys coming in mid-year. Those guys get a jump. You know, they get a jump academically. They get a jump athletically. You know, my goal for all of these guys is not just to leave with a degree, but leave with 2 degrees if possible. And so, you know, if you come in and start off with 15 credits plus 6 in the summer, you're 21 before you even start your freshman year, and you're off and running. So it's great when it's right for you. You saw that with Cam Lenhart and Prince Will and those guys last year. To get this many guys in mid-year is awesome. Helps us as we grow our team and replenish the guys that we lost. Having the guys that could have left decide to come back, Ben Scott, Bryce, Ben Hart, Isaac Gifford, Johnny Bullock. It's been really a good month for us.
It's almost another addition to the class, right? Getting those guys for another year.
Yeah, I mean, those are NFL guys. Those are guys that if they went into the portal, other people would be begging them to come. And you know, we're getting guys that, you know, made some form of All Big Ten that want to stay here. You know, that's our own personal portal. And I'd rather be involved with the Husker portal than anything else.
Only one portal addition today is Bly Hill, is a guy from the FCS level that's come on up. Omar Brown, that certainly made that jump and played pretty well for you on that as well. But you don't anticipate a huge jump in the portal this year. I mean, it's not going to be part of it. You're going to look at it, but not a huge number of guys.
Yeah, we'll always look at it. Bly's a really cool story. You know, 6'3" corner who can run. Dad Leroy played in the NFL for the Seahawks for many years. Mom's a volleyball player, so comes from great athletic stock, you know, great athletic parents, a great young man, you know, went to the FCS level, had a lot of success. A lot of people kind of jumped on it, and we're lucky that he wanted to come here. So losing Quentin Newsom, we have a bunch of talented young players that are ready to fill those spots, but Bly is another guy that can, you know, join in, and it takes a lot of guys to play great defense.
I mentioned a lot of offensive linemen. It's got a lot of DBs in this class as well. Boy, the competition to get on the field is going to be pretty intense in that group, isn't it?
Yeah, I think the great thing about our defense is, you know, I don't know. Sometimes I don't even know what position guys are playing. You know, sometimes they're a corner, sometimes a safety. We signed a lot of safeties that we think are going to grow into 230-pound linebackers. So we want to be one of the fastest teams in the Big Ten. And to do that, you have to, if you want to be fast, you have to recruit speed. I sat there, and you know, Braylon Prude ran by me at a camp, and at 6'4", ran 4.42 on my watch, and you know, it's hard for me not to get excited about those guys. And so you take that and multiply it across a lot of other guys, and we'll have a lot of speed and a lot of guys competing to get on the field.
Well, congratulations. This is the work of a lot of, you mentioned a lot of them. A lot of people put efforts into this. We hear from you, we hear from the assistant coaches, but there are a lot of people behind the scenes that this is their full-time job to go identify talent for you.
Yeah, our personnel staff does an unbelievable job. You know, we have people working on this, you know, 24/7, and when people come here, I think the one thing that they identify with is whether it's Kristen, you know, talking about our nutrition, whether it's Gus talking about our player development, Corey talking about the weight room. They get a sense of a cohesive family feel when they're here. The best recruiters we have are our student athletes, and the players in the program talking about what it means to be here. So I'm just grateful to all those people that they have painted a picture for what Husker football is and what we all expect it to be in the coming years.
You're going to announce by the end of the day almost 40 new additions to the rosters. A handful of them are going to be preferred walk-ons. You've now lived 12 months of this program, and how big a factor is the walk-on program, and has it changed your mind at all in the last 12 months?
No, I mean, probably one of the best players I ever coached was Hassan Reddick, and he was a walk-on, and he's probably the best player in the NFL right now. You know, I was a walk-on, Sat was a walk-on, Corey was a walk-on. To me, great players come in all different forms. They come in a lot of different ways, and what I love about a guy who walks on is he loves the game so much, or in this case, many times he loves the University of Nebraska so much he's willing to pay to wake up at 5:30 in the morning and work out every day. He's willing to pay to go out there and practice with no guarantees, and I love that. I love that grit and that determination and that toughness. What we've done is, you know, we're not going to have the same numbers moving forward. We're not going to be one of the larger rosters in college football just simply because that's been the directive, you know, from the athletic department, you know, making sure that we're in compliance with Title IX. So while we might not be able to be the biggest walk-on program, we can be one of the best. And we can recruit the highest caliber guys. And so we have players in this class who turn down scholarships at Division I schools to stay here and be a part of this program. And but I think when they come to the games and they see Phelan Sanford out there starting for us or John Bullock starting for us, they know that in this program they're going to get a fair chance. And that's all young people want. They want an opportunity to compete, and we give it to them. And so I'm excited about that group, just as excited about them as I am the scholarship guys.
There's my conversation from yesterday's stream of National Signing Day with head coach Matt Rhule. Woodhouse Auto Family, they are your trusted auto partner. 20 brands and 20 convenient sales and service locations. We're making car buying on your terms. Visit us online at woodhouse.com. We've got some bull picks to make. We'll do that coming up next.
Hey, Husker fans, it's Matt Davison with the 1890 Initiative. As we get ready to celebrate 1890's one-year anniversary, I'm proud to say the 1890 Initiative now represents 150 Husker student-athletes in 9 sports. And with your help, we can keep 1890 going strong, helping student-athletes get the most from their name, image, and likeness, and preparing them for life after college. Visit 1890nebraska.com to learn more about NIL and 1890 and contribute today.
Hi, this is Husker National Champion and Super Bowl champ Tony Veland. Throughout my football career, chiropractic care helped my athletic performance on the field and kept me in the game. Today, regular chiropractic care keeps me healthy and active to do the things I love. Chiropractic is safe and effective for all ages. Make chiropractic your first choice to reduce pain, improve your mobility, and feel better naturally. It works for me, and it can work for you too. Learn more at nebraska-chiropractic.org. Stay active with chiropractic.
Did I forget something?
No, just wanted to tell you I love you. Oh, don't forget to buckle up. Drive safe.
I will. Love you too.
Someone is counting on you to buckle up. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
Hit us up on the text line. Text 402-413-2400 with your Husker thoughts.
Hi, this is Husker National Champion and Super Bowl champ Tony Veland. Throughout my football career, chiropractic care helped my athletic performance on the field and kept me in the game. Today, regular chiropractic care keeps me healthy and active to do the things I love. Chiropractic is safe and effective for all ages. Make chiropractic your first choice to reduce pain, improve your mobility, and feel better naturally. It works for me, and it can work for you too. Learn more at nebraska-chiropractic.org. Stay active with chiropractic.
Get ready again for some Nebraska farm facts. When there's work to be done, Nebraska soybeans are on the job in many of your everyday products. In fact, Nebraska soybeans are hard at work in Goodyear tires, Ford cars and trucks, Skechers shoes, asphalt, fuels, lubricants, name brand paints and stains, and more. Soybeans are an innovative replacement for petroleum, leading to more sustainable products all over the world. This message is brought to you by Nebraska soybean farmers, growing opportunity from the ground up.
Welcome to Sue's Frame Shop.
Yes, can you frame these, please?
These are Nebraska Lottery Holiday Classic Scratch tickets.
I know. Isn't the classic Christmas artwork on them just charming? Now, be sure not to smudge it when you frame them.
But if you scratch them and enter non-winning tickets online, you could win up to $20,000.
Give me those. Here's a quarter. Let's start scratching.
Promotion ends January 3rd, 2024. Top prize odds vary by game.
Maybe your hometown celebrates long-standing Swiss traditions. Cow chip throwing. Or even classic car muscle. Everyone has a hometown, and every hometown has a festival. Cenex wants to hear about yours. That's why we're launching the Hometown Throwdown. Tell us about your fest, and it could win $100,000. Learn more at CenexHometownThrowdown.com. Cenex, powered locally.
Dear roads, trails, and rivers, you ready for some SUV action? Toyota SUVs can roll their sleeves up for tight turns and twisty trails, dress up for a night out on the town, or head to the great outdoors. Take your family adventure game to a whole new level with the roomy Highlander. Make a serious splash with the rugged, revved-up RAV4. And tow all your toys in the spacious new Sequoia. Don't forget the Trail Taman 4Runner and the sleek Venza Hybrid. All Toyota SUVs feature a whole suite of creature comforts to keep you and yours cozy in the cabin. Check out this legendary lineup at Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
See your Omaha Metro and Lincoln Toyota dealers. Corwin Toyota of Bellevue, Village Point Toyota of Omaha, Baxter Toyota of La Vista, or Baxter Toyota of Lincoln.
Welcome back inside the Acres Broadcast Center. Acres, the Midwest premier John Deere dealer, and they are your solutions for every field. It is time to do some picks. Our choice is Treatment Center picks, and the old gang is back together. Jeremiah, Jessica, Cole, and me. It's good to have the group back after about a month break. Hello, everybody.
Hi.
Hello. It's good to be back. Like you said, it is good to be back with the family. Last time we talked, I was in a lot better place as far as picks-wise, but, I'm still holding on to that. But it's always good to be back around the crew.
Well, we have a new weekly winner from the last week of games that we picked, so let's get into it.
Michigan. Ain't gonna be me.
Michigan at Iowa, Big Ten championship game. We all got that right. I thought Iowa played hard, but Michigan's is clearly a better football team. The SEC championship, Georgia, Alabama. Jessica, you and Cole got it right with Alabama. Congratulations.
Fist pump, Cole. Hey, I can't even remember what the games are at this point, so I'm glad you're going through them because I can't even. I'm like, what did we even pick?
Well, it was championship.
I do remember picking Alabama, so go me.
Yeah. Championship weekend was the last time we gave some picks. So ACC championship, Louisville at Florida State. Again, Jessica and the students this time went with Florida State. Jeremiah, you and Cole and I all thought Louisville could do it, but FSU with that third-string quarterback gets a win. So Jessica, again, you're killing it, crushing it.
Let's go.
But let's remember the real loser was Florida State for winning. Just so we can all put that in perspective. They won, but they still lost because they're still sitting at home.
And now they're suing everybody.
Sue them all.
And about to be the next Big Ten team.
Yeah, no kidding.
How about that? All right, Texan, no response, Jessica?
Who knows? Who knows?
Their Board of Regents meeting tomorrow, emergency meeting. Are they next? The next Big Ten conference member. All right, Texas, Oklahoma State Big 12 championship. We all went hook 'em, got it right. Pac-12, what a great game the Pac-12 game was. Oregon and Washington, but only Cole and the students believed in the Huskies. Well done, Cole. You nailed the Pac-12 title game.
I appreciate it.
Man of many words right there.
Very understated. Mountain West title game. Boise State at UNLV. My goodness. Only Jeremiah believed in the Bronx. He got Boise State took care of UNLV. Congratulations, big dog. You got that one right.
Hey, sometimes you just trust the blue turf, and the blue turf just giveth back.
Very good. AAC title game. SMU at Tulane. Jess, well done. You got the ponies. They win. You're the only one that took SMU.
Let's go. I was on a roll that week.
You were. Miami at Toledo, or Miami and Toledo in the MAC championship game. We all picked Toledo. They did not win. Miami of Ohio got the victory, so we went over as a group on that game. So our knowledge of the MAC needs some help. We'll work on that in the offseason.
That was a hell of a game, though. I remember I watched that game. It was back and forth. That was a hell of a football game.
And the kicker from Miami of Ohio, who hadn't missed a kick all year, missed a field goal, but they still were able to win the game. App State at Troy. The three of us, Jeremiah, Jessica, and I, we took Troy. They won. Cole and the students went App State. Troy's a good football team. In fact, they may pop up again on our picks here in a moment. New Mexico State at Liberty. All of us except Cole took Liberty, and so the four of us were winners over New Mexico State. Army-Navy, I was the only one that took Army, so I get the win in the Army-Navy.
The Liberty just congratulations. You got a chance to go play Oregon. I think they opened up at 17.5-point dogs, so that'll be interesting because that'll just be a very interesting football game.
Actually, we did not pick Army-Navy. I was trying to slide that by you guys. But
no, you can't. You're not that slick, Greg. You're not that slick.
So the weekly winner, Jess, 7-3. Well done.
Let's go. Finally, I think that was only my second win of the entire season.
That is correct. Jeremiah and the students went 5-5. Cole, you and I, ouch, 4-6. So, heading into week 1 of Bull Picks, I'm at 119-40. Jessica has now moved into second, 111-48. Jeremiah 1 game behind her. The students 1 game behind Jeremiah. And Cole at 105-54.
It's going to be a photo finish here.
We got a barn burner going into these last couple weeks.
Got a lot on the line. Not as many to pick this week. Only a couple of Big Ten teams will play before we do this again next Wednesday. But let's jump into it. Utah and Northwestern playing out in the desert. Jessica, I'll let you lead us off with this one. That will be a game on Saturday night.
You know, looking at some of these games and doing a little bit of research, it's crazy just with the amount of people that are opting in the transfer portal that might not be playing in these bowl games. So it's going to be some interesting picks. I do think with Utah, they have some guys in the portal, but it looks like they're only going to miss 1 key player on defense. That defense has been pretty solid. I still sometimes don't know about Northwestern, and so even though they've kind of shocked us all season long, but I'm just going to go with Utah. I know they haven't had a ton of success in recent bowl games, but I think they get in the win column with this one.
Jeremiah?
Yeah, I have to agree with Jess. I think there's just too many question marks around Northwestern right now. I know they got their guy, and I know that there's some really big question marks on the offensive side of the ball as far as the O-line coach, as far as the offensive coordinator. You know, that's not a team that can win with that amount of distractions going on, so got to give the nod to Utah.
Cole?
Northwestern's had a very impressive year, but Utah going 8-4 with their schedule. Give me the Utes.
Students agree with you, and I agree with all you guys. I think Utah will have a big home field advantage. That's not a bad drive at all from the Salt Lake area down to Vegas. I think they'll have a huge crowd there. I think Northwestern maybe overperformed a bit this year. I think the Utes are a better football team, and they win it. All right, Jeremiah, the Minnesota Golden Gophers in the bowl game in Detroit against Bowling Green. How do you see this one?
You know, I'm going to go with Bowling Green here. I saw an article the other day that Minnesota's paying their quarterback like $30,000 just to play in the bowl game because he's the only quarterback on roster. So I did see that. That makes me fairly concerned. So I'm going to give this one to Bowling Green. Obviously, I mean, Minnesota also got in on a technicality, so I don't know how inspired they are to be there.
Cole?
I'll stay with Bowling Green here.
All right. A couple of BGs. The students go Minnesota. Jeremiah brought up some really good points. I don't know that it matters who quarterbacks Minnesota. I mean, Kaliak-Manis does go in the portal. Was he that big of a difference maker for them? They did pay their backup quarterback who was ready to stop playing college football so that they had a veteran guy. Kramer will be their quarterback in this game. I think they'll run the football. They've got those good young backs. I think their line is still intact. I think they have enough power to beat Bowling Green in this game. Give me the Golden Gophers to win their 6th game of the year. Jessica?
So I dropped out a little bit. I didn't hear what everybody picked, but give me Bowling Green. I don't know. I really don't know why. I think they're going to be motivated for this one. I think it probably means a lot to them to play in this game, to have a chance. Hey, the last time they played, Bowling Green won, so they're going to, feel like, hey, maybe we can do it again. So give me Bowling Green in this one.
I love it. We're divided up. 3 with Bowling Green, 2 of us with Minnesota. All right, Cole, I'm coming to you. Syracuse and South Florida. What do you make of this game?
Well, they can't play Kyle McCord, not yet. I'll still take the Cuse though.
All right, the students disagree. They're going USF in this game. USF, remember, this was a team that had Bama in trouble earlier in the season. They've had a better year. They've really bounced back this year. I think South Florida gets it done over a Syracuse team. Remember, fired their coach, Dino Babers, after the year. So you got an interim staff. I think that causes disruption. I like South Florida in this game. Jess?
I'm with you, and that offense is legit. And so with so much kind of going on in the moving parts with Syracuse, give me USF, and again, a team that's really happy to be there after they hadn't been there. When's the last time they made a bowl appearance? A couple years?
It's been a while.
Yeah, so I think they're going to be fired up to play in this one, and just with all the changeover with Syracuse, I think USF has the nod, gets the nod here.
Okay, Jeremiah?
Yeah, I wanted to go the Qs here, but it just doesn't make sense. When you talk about firing a coach, you're bringing a new quarterback. I mean, that's got rebuild written all over it. I don't know how much the people are putting into this game. They've been probably the new staff's putting into recruiting. So I can see them coming out and laying an egg. And, yeah, USF, heck of a year, took Bama to the brink. I think this is going to be – I think it's going to be surprising. I think USF might roll Qs.
Yeah. And it's down in Florida, so they'll have a bulk of the audience in the stands for this game. All right, up next – we can't do a bowl picks without the Gasparilla Bowl, right? I mean, the Gasparilla Bowl, that just rolls off your tongue. It's tomorrow night, UCF and Georgia Tech. Georgia Tech probably overperformed this year. You know, they didn't have Jeff Sims anymore as their quarterback. They did get to 6-6. UCF had a kind of a rude awakening moving to the Big 12, lost a couple of tough games, but they've got their kind of mojo back. I like UCF in this game tomorrow night. Jess?
I'm with you. I got UCF. By the way, Greg, have you ever been to Gasparilla? It's a big celebration down there. It's pretty fun. I actually have been there. It's great. I got UCF. I mean, this is a battle of two terrible defenses, right? But UCF looked at times decent throughout. They had some flashes of looking all right at the end of the Big 12 season. So I'm going to go with UCF.
Yeah. I'm gonna take UCF too. I love the way that they took Oklahoma as far and gave them as much as they could handle. So yeah, give me the Knights.
The line in this game is 4.5. Cole's got to go with the underdog, right? Cole?
Yeah, I mean, Georgia Tech deservedly had knocked off a top 25 opponent earlier this year. They definitely earned that win. Miami. I'll go Georgia Tech to mix it up.
Thank goodness somebody breaks the tie. The students also go UCF, so Cole at least jumps in there and goes the opposite way. All right, you've got the Camellia Bowl coming up on Saturday. Northern Illinois, who we saw, Jessica, earlier this year, they're taking on Arkansas State. Arkansas State's actually favored by a field goal. What do you think of this one?
I'm going to go with Northern Illinois. I think their defense is a little bit better. I think Arkansas State's got a little bit of changeover, and so with some guys in the portal. But I'm going to go with the defense here. Northern Illinois is pretty good about stopping explosive plays. That's what Arkansas State does well. So surprising for me, I'm going to go with the defense in this one.
Okay, Jeremiah.
Yeah, no, I can't give you that. I got to go with Arkansas State. I don't think that Northern Illinois can score enough. You know, I've watched them live. I've watched them a few times. Rocky Lombardi, their quarterback's had a very poor year. You know, so I just don't think they'll be able to score, and I think Arkansas State sneaks ones out.
Cool.
I'll also go Arkansas State, not for any real reason. The bowl game is in Alabama.
Yeah.
Much closer to Arkansas State than Northern Illinois, so I'll take them.
Very good. The students agree with Jessica. They're going Northern Illinois. Northern Illinois really can run the football. I think in bowl games sometimes if you can establish the run, you can win a game. I'll go Northern Illinois. Maybe it's just because we played them. I'm more familiar with their roster. Jeremiah points out their flaws, and they do have them, but I'll go Northern Illinois. I think it ought to be a close game. All right, the Armed Forces Bowl, which is down in Fort Worth, also on a Saturday. James Madison, who lost their coach, Kurt Signetti, and by the way, he's a piece of work. I don't know if you've caught any interviews with him. He is really brash, might be
aggressive.
one word, and that may be soft for him at the new head coach at Indiana. So he's gone. They got an interim coach at JMU. They play Air Force. Jeremiah, how about this matchup?
You know, I like Air Force in this. I think they had a kind of a great season. They were ranked. They were undefeated there for a long time. They almost stumbled down the stretch a little bit, but I think that's a group of guys that's going to play for each other. They're really happy to be there, and they want to put a cap on a really good season. So give me the Air Force.
Okay. Cole?
I'm also going to take Air Force here.
The students go JMU. JMU's really solid. They only lost one game all year long. They might be relieved that Signetti is gone. The coach. I think they win. I think it's a close game. Air Force really struggled down the stretch. Jeremiah brings up some really good points, so that those guys will probably fight hard in this game. But I don't feel good about this pick, but give me JMU. Jess.
I got to go with Air Force. You know, the interim head coach had to hire in some temporary assistant coaches to be able to coach in this bowl game at JMU, and they've got some of their best players are in the portal, and I know that they're expected to play, but I mean, I don't know. I know Jeremiah's probably going to go back to loving Indiana again now with that coach being hired there. It seems like he's kind of more his speed, right, than Coach Allen.
No, his boy Tom Allen's at Penn State.
Tom Allen's back at Penn State. He's back,
now
baby.
He's going to be a Penn State bandwagon jumper with me now. He's going to be all in on Penn State with me. But I got Air Force. I think they're going to fight hard. I think this game probably means a great deal to them. And just with the turmoil and chaos of all the changeover at JMU, despite their magical season and getting to play in a bowl game, I still got Air Force.
All right, final pick. Cole, you get to lead us off on this one. The famous Idaho Potato Bowl on the blue turf in Boise. That's Saturday. Utah State 6-6 on the year against Georgia State, also 6-6. Who do you got?
I think I got to go Utah State here. Looking at it, Georgia State's lost their last 5, so they've kind of tumbled, and I like Utah State's chances.
The students agree with you. I agree with you as well. I think they'll have a lot more fans there. It's a lot closer to them. I haven't checked all the weather. Maybe a little cold. I don't think Georgia State will like that. Give me Utah State in this one.
I got Utah State as well.
Same. Yeah, I think Utah State rolls.
Okay. We wrap it up with the blue turf. Love it, guys. We have much bigger games to pick next week. I can't wait to do that. Well, thank you both for taking some time out of your days off today to be with us. Merry Christmas to both of you, and be safe if you're traveling anywhere.
Merry Christmas, everybody. Merry Christmas, Big Dog.
Hey, Merry Christmas, Jess.
Thank you both. Appreciate it. Those are our Choices Treatment Center picks for the week. If you or someone you know is struggling with problem gambling, free treatment is available in Nebraska. Call Choices, 24-hour helpline at 402-476-2300 for more information. Offices in Lincoln and Columbus. We still have some more of the show to go, including Cole's Joke of the Week. We'll be back with all of that next.
Hey, Husker fans, it's Matt Davison with the 1890 Initiative. As we get ready to celebrate 1890's one-year anniversary, I'm proud to say the 1890 Initiative now represents 150 Husker student athletes in 9 sports. And with your help, we can keep 1890 going strong, helping student athletes get the most from their name, image, and likeness, and preparing them for life after college. Visit 1890nebraska.com to learn more about NIL and 1890 and contribute today.
There's no community like a Cenex community. And that's why every Cenex store is so proud to serve theirs by supporting local athletic teams, promoting the arts, and making sure each store is a place its neighbors can find what they need, catch up with their friends, and stay connected. It's also why we give back, helping to make the wonderful places we call home the best they can be. Your local Cenex doesn't just work in your town, it lives there. The store next door, powered locally at Cenex.
It's time to light up the season during the Make the Holidays Bright sales event. Get our best offers and choose from a huge selection of Ford F-150 trucks with the capability, convenience, and technology to help bring us together. Wow. Discover how Ford F-150 can make the holidays bright. Now, get a new 2023 Ford F-150 with 2.9% financing for 72 months. Only at your Midwest Ford dealers.
Hit us up on the text line. Text 402-413-2400 with your Husker thoughts.
Dear roads, trails, and rivers, you ready for some SUV action? Toyota SUVs can roll their sleeves up for tight turns and twisty trails. Dress up for a night out on the town, or head to the great outdoors. Take your family adventure game to a whole new level with the roomy Highlander. Make a serious splash with the rugged, revved-up RAV4. And tow all your toys in the spacious new Sequoia. Don't forget the trail-taming 4Runner and the sleek Venza Hybrid. All Toyota SUVs feature a whole suite of creature comforts to keep you and yours cozy in the cabin. Check out this legendary lineup at Toyota.com. Toyota. Let's go places.
See your Omaha Metro and Lincoln Toyota dealers. Corwin Toyota of Bellevue, Village Point Toyota of Omaha, Baxter Toyota of La Vista, or Baxter Toyota of Lincoln.
Noddle Companies is proud to support Husker athletics. As a leader in commercial real estate, we create thriving communities. Discover what's new in the Builders District in North Downtown, Sunny's at Exarban, and row house townhomes on Leavenworth. Noddle Companies is adding Omaha's first hybrid timber building to the skyline. Soon to follow is Builders Green Park, surrounded by mouth-watering food, exciting retail, and a hub of thriving businesses. Noddle Companies, building a better Nebraska. For more information, check us out on Facebook and Instagram. Go Huskers!
Welcome to Sue's Frame Shop.
Yes, can you frame these, please?
These are Nebraska Lottery Holiday Classic Scratch tickets.
I know. Isn't the classic Christmas artwork on them just charming? Now, be sure not to smudge it when you frame them.
But if you scratch them and enter non-winning tickets online, you could win up to $20,000.
Give me those. Here's a quarter. Let's start scratching.
Promotion ends January 3rd, 2024. Top prize odds vary by game.
Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Nebraska exists to be there with you. They are rooting for the schools and teachers who make our communities great. That's why Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Nebraska is proud to sponsor Touchdowns for Teachers and ask Husker fans to nominate outstanding educators who help Nebraska students reach their potential. If there's a teacher you want to recognize for the impact they've made in your community, find a nomination form at huskers.com/touchdownsforteachers.
At Groundworks, we take great pride in helping our Nebraska neighbors keep their homes healthy. From repairing foundations to waterproofing basements to fixing crawl spaces or lifting concrete driveways. We'd like to think our customers choose us because of our attention to detail or the fact that we're the nation's leading foundation solutions provider. What gives our customers the most comfort is we're right here in Nebraska. Visit groundworks.com for a free estimate. Groundworks, foundation solutions crafted with pride. The official foundation company of the Huskers.
Back inside our Huskers Radio Network Broadcast Center, sponsored by Acres, the Midwest premier John Deere dealer supplying the equipment and service to advance agriculture and much more. Acres solutions for every field. Want to give the updates for the folks in the chat room that have done their picks throughout the year. Dreiss is leading 112-43. Joseph Fourback at 108 wins. Crypto has 107. Andy 102. Gavin, 100 wins. John, 100 wins. Sandy, 100 wins. Ethan, 99. And Mike at 98. With just the bowl games left to go. And those of us who pick South Florida are loving it right now. They're up 13-0 pending. The extra point could be 14-0 on Syracuse. Syracuse muffed a field goal try. It was picked up by the Bulls and run back the other way for a touchdown. Well, folks, you could win a 2024 Porsche Macan from Porsche Omaha this season. 4 lucky Husker fans are going to have a chance to win a Porsche if they make a full-court putt at halftime at a couple of the Husker men's basketball games this season. One contestant's already tried it in the Creighton game. To learn more about this, to get yourself signed up for it and learn the rules, go to huskers.com/putt. We haven't had it for a while, but it's back. We're coming back with Cole's Joke of the Week next.
It's time to light up the season during the Make the Holidays Bright sales event. Get our best offers and choose from a huge selection of Ford F-150 trucks with the capability, convenience, and technology to help bring us together. Wow. Discover how Ford F-150 can make the holidays bright. Now, get a new 2023 Ford F-150 with 2.9% financing for 72 months. Only at your Midwest Ford dealers.
Welcome to Sue's Frame Shop.
Yes, can you frame these, please?
These are Nebraska Lottery Holiday Classic Scratch tickets.
I know. Isn't the classic Christmas artwork on them just charming? Now, be sure not to smudge it when you frame them.
But if you scratch them and enter non-winning tickets online, you could win up to $20,000.
Give me those. Here's a quarter. Let's start scratching.
Promotion ends January 3rd, 2024. Top prize odds vary by game.
It's time for some Nebraska farm facts. Want to know a fast way to rev up our Nebraska economy while helping the planet? It's right in your tank. When you fill up with clean soy-based biodiesel, you're increasing Nebraska biodiesel production while reducing greenhouse gases by up to 74%. So look for biodiesel where you fill up. It benefits our air, our economy, and our farmers. This message is brought to you by Nebraska soybean farmers, growing opportunity from the ground up.
Shop Woodhouse Mazda during the season of inspiration happening now and explore our exceptional lineup. Receive a low APR of 1.9% for 60 months on our entire selection of 2024 Mazda CX-50 models, or 0% APR for 60 months on our full lineup of 2024 Mazda CX-5 models. Plus, take advantage of no payments for 90 days on these offers happening now. With approved credit, tax, title, and license extra when financed through Mazda Financial Services. $299 doc fee due at signing. Offer expires January 2nd, 2024. See dealer for details.
Hit us up on the text line. Text 402-413-2400 with your Husker thoughts.
Maybe your hometown celebrates long-standing Swiss traditions. Cow chip throwing. Or even classic car muscle. Everyone has a hometown, and every hometown has a festival. Cenex wants to hear about yours. That's why we're launching the Hometown Throwdown. Tell us about your fest, and it could win $100,000. Learn more at CenexHometownThrowdown.com. Cenex, powered locally.
Drive with purpose and arrive in style when you purchase your next vehicle at Woodhouse Chevy. With advanced capabilities and safety features, the Chevy lineup puts you in a position to upgrade your ride and keep moving with confidence. Choose from a variety of models equipped with a spacious, detail-focused interior and distinctively modern exterior. Purchasing your next vehicle at Woodhouse Chevy is an easy choice. Shop our current offers and inventory today and find new roads, in-store or online with Woodhouse Chevy.
Back for our final segment of the night. Tomorrow night, a best of show. And then Monday's Christmas, so we're no show at all. And then we'll have a best of on Tuesday. We'll be back with you for a live show next Wednesday night. So we're going to shut her down here at the network for a couple of days and try to enjoy a little bit of downtime with our families after a really busy fall here. Question on our text line: if a student athlete enters a portal, are they done with the school they want to leave? It's a great question, and it depends. It depends on how they leave. Some coaches will go test it, whatever we'll hold the spot for you. Or some coaches may say, all right, you walk out that door, you're done. So it just kind of depends on how each school wants to handle that particular situation. For instance, Jamari Butler last year decided to go in. Huskers said, well, you got a day or two if you want to come back. He decided to come back. He did. I'm sure glad that he did. Great question. Let's see if we get a great joke. Time for Cole's Joke of the Week.
Well, Greg, we are very close to the holiday season, so I thought no better way to wrap up our last live show of the week than a barrage of holiday-themed jokes. So you ready for this?
Yes.
What do you call a broke Santa Claus? Saint Nicholas? Yeah. They're not. Okay. I didn't say they were good jokes.
That took me a minute to get it, but yeah, that's okay. All right.
What's an elf's favorite type of music? Rap.
Okay. Yeah, I like the first one better than the second one.
Why is Santa scared of chimneys? Because he's so claustrophobic.
Okay. Oh, boy.
The last one.
Oh, boy.
Last one, then I'll let you close out the show. How do sheep say Merry Christmas in Mexico? Feliz Navidad.
Okay. Your best one was the first one, and then like your fourth one was probably second. You kind of dipped in the middle there, but for the compilation of the four, I'll give you a 6.5.
I'll take it.
That's all right, right?
I'm just trying to get everybody in the Christmas
People
spirit.
loved your first one. Crypto's giving you a 10 for the first one. The first one was out. Maybe you should have stopped after the first one, right? I mean, the first one was pretty darn good. It took me a second. I had to go, wait a minute. And oh, yeah. Got it. Love it. All right. Well, you got shopping all. See, yeah. The jokes are going 9, 3, 7, and a 5. So, yeah, that second one.
They're ranking each individually?
Well, yeah. I mean, they're not giving you a total grade of the whole thing. So, Art says total jokes is 7. After a few drinks, I'd give them a 9. Love it. That is fantastic. Well, have a safe holiday. And 875 from Tim in Minnesota. Dennis with a 7 for your jokes. Jim says, Cole, you made me suffer on these. I'll give you a 4+. So there you go. The first one was, I think you probably should have stopped after the first one, as I look back on it. Merry Christmas, Cole. Thanks for all your great work for us over the last several months. Enjoy your next couple of days. Again, our next full show Trice gives you an 8. That's pretty solid. That's pretty darn good right there. Woodhouse Auto Family, your trusted auto partner, 20 brands, 20 convenient sales and service locations. We're making car buying on your terms. Visit us online at woodhouse.com. 4 hours to Lincoln goes 7. But yeah, first one was the best. Again, I should have cut you off. That's it. Let it roll. Merry Christmas, everybody. We'll see you next week.
Hit us up on the text line. Text 402-413-2400 with your Husker thoughts.
Dear roads, trails, and rivers, you ready for some SUV action? Toyota SUVs can roll their sleeves up for tight turns and twisty trails, dress up for a night out on the town, or head to the great outdoors. Take your family adventure game to a whole new level with the roomy Highlander. Make a serious splash with the rugged, revved-up RAV4. And tow all your toys in the spacious new Sequoia. Don't forget the trail-taming 4Runner and the sleek Venza Hybrid. All Toyota SUVs feature a whole suite of creature comforts to keep you and yours cozy in the cabin. Check out this legendary lineup at Toyota.com. Toyota. Let's go places.
See your Omaha Metro and Lincoln Toyota dealers. Corwin Toyota of Bellevue, Village Point Toyota of Omaha, Baxter Toyota of La Vista, or Baxter Toyota of Lincoln.
Hi, this is Husker National Champion and Super Bowl champ Tony Veland. Throughout my football career, chiropractic care helped my athletic performance on the field and kept me in the game. Today, regular chiropractic care keeps me healthy and active to do the things I love. Chiropractic is safe and effective for all ages. Make chiropractic your first choice to reduce pain, improve your mobility, and feel better naturally. It works for me, and it can work for you too. Learn more at nebraska-chiropractic.org. Stay active with chiropractic.
It's time for another round of Nebraska Farm Facts. If there's one thing Nebraska's known for, it's our beef. And Nebraska soybeans feed a lot of them, and even more pigs and chickens. Farmers and ranchers raise livestock and poultry to provide nutritious, affordable protein for all ages to help build muscle and maintain energy for a healthy lifestyle. Keep that in mind as you prepare all that tasty meat on your tailgate